Hello boys and girls. Today we will be looking at this A or B-26C Invader from Revell. It's a 148 scale. This is kit 5508. It's an old kit. It was also, I think it was a pretty good kit. At this time, the front wheel is still broken because I got to get the metal landing gear for it. I already got new wheels though. But I want to take a look at this, show you a little bit more detail. I probably showed it twice already, really short, but I haven't showed in detail. I'll tell you what I find good and what I find bad about it. So we're going to go over the instructions real quick first. Now what I like about these old Revell instructions is they're really detailed. They show, you know, the name of the parts even. Pilot, seat, control, column, instruments, panel. I mean, some of the stuff we know already, but not everything. And I find it's good that they add all this stuff in there. Now this had some pretty good interior detail. It had detail on the bulkheads. It had detail molded into the inside of the cockpit. The instrument panel was nice too. It had a nice gun sight even for the turret, even though you can't see it at all. But all this detail, you can't even see any of it, but it's there. And you can see some of it there through the. Well, I'll show you later. Then you have, like I said, you start with the interior, the gun sight, the turret. Then you build the bomb bays. And you go over here. We have some bulkheads to put in. They also have some decent detail to them and texturing, ribbing, and everything. Then you take the interior and the turret assembly, everything in there. So then you put the fuselage tabs together. You have the inspection window here in the back. It's a small window. Then we put the tail on. Put the wings together. And there's a lot of holes, so you have to drill out here for the bombs, and there's a couple of clusters of 50 cals you can put on too. So then we do the nacelles. It's actually a simple build, but it has nice built-in detail. Not all of it. There's some hoses, wires, and stuff that are missing that you can add in there, but I think the detail it adds pretty good for a model from this era. You put the nacelles together. Here's painting instruction for a propeller. You put the propeller on the nacelle, put it on with the to the wing all together. But here, well, you have the engine, and it actually had a decent engine. Then we go here. Here's the gun pack. There's two of them, one on each side, plus a couple bombs you can put on the outside. Antennas, which most of the are broken off already. It has clear parts for the lights, which is good too. A lot of models are missing that simple thing. Here's the bomb rack and the bomb. I think these are 250-pound bombs. Then you have here the nose gear, which is the one that's broken. This is the wheel broke off. Problem is, the thing is really, it's too heavy. It doesn't tell you to put weight in it, but I put weight in it, and it was too heavy and it broke from the weight. Then you have the bomb bay doors. You have here the gunner's sight, gunner's canopy, nose glazing, the canopy, and it also came. Well, it comes with, you know, the pitot probes, pitot tubes, and it also came with a clear rod to put in the back to hold it upright, which also broke off. Then for decals, there's only this one. Well, the two. The You have Tony C2 and Dream Girl. I did the Tony, I think. And it shows you there's two different decal options. Here's the decals, the paint, this is gloss black. And here's your two decal options, Dream Girl and Tony C2. See, this is Busan, Korea, 1952. And this is also, they're from the same unit in the same time period. Which is okay. So here she is. You can see here the nose glazing with interior detail, which is decent. Now I just use green zinc chromate. I have toned it either yellowish. I've never done, because from what I read, green zinc chromate had a lot of different shades, a lot of different colors added into it. Some of it was yellowish, some of it was reddish, and it had a lot to do with the time period and what the producer and stuff. But I make it simple, and I just put green zinc chromate all through it usually. I have mixed on a couple aircraft like the P-51, I did mix some, but I also did some that wasn't mixed. Now this is probably missing some stuff on the inside, but it's really hard to tell, even though it has this big clear piece on the nose. But it's all pretty, you know. The gunner sight is nice. You can see major problem here. There's a fuselage here. It was really rough, and there's a little problem here. It really needed all sanded and everything, filled, sanded. But I did this a long time ago, and I wasn't really doing that. I do it differently now. But the decals weren't so good. Now I put them on normally, and then I did a coat of decal sol and decal set on it, and it didn't really help. You see, it's all here. There's air inside everywhere here. I could not get it out, and I tried. But everywhere where there's a pennant line, which this is an old kit that has raised pennant lines, it doesn't have engraved ones. If it had engraved pennant lines, it wouldn't have had this problem, because everywhere where the silvering is, or where the air is inside, is where the pennant lines are. Same here. Pennant line, you can see them. So I guess that's one really good thing about engraved pennant lines. You don't have this problem. The decals set on it much better. Now here the gunner's glazing here in the back looks nice too. But you can see this paint. This is, well, I sprayed the fuselage, but I did the canopies by hand. And this Revell gloss black is so thick that you can see it just doesn't look good at all. Now I even tried to thin it down a little bit, but it didn't help. It made it just is dry. It doesn't dry smooth. It's also a little dirty, but now I built the Tony C2. It has nice nose art, really nice nose art, and it didn't silver or come with any air bubbles. And the same thing with the Thunderbird symbol. It also didn't come with any air bubbles or anything, but it's also on the flatter part. And this turned out good. The stripe here turned out good. It doesn't have silvering or air bubbles inside. Same thing in the back with the numbers and the randels, the numbers here. That all turned out good. So it's just the stuff here on the wings looks really bad. All the lines can be seen. And see get this in here. Now the wheel wells, the sides look good. Inside, at the bottom, it's no detail at all. It's just the top of the wing. So the floor is missing from the wheel wells on both sides. That wasn't an error on my part, that just didn't come with the kit. You see, this decal has the same problem. But this one turned out better, I don't know why. It's only missing, and it's also only missing one antenna, which is really surprising to me. But the bomb bay, and you can see here the gunner's thing there. It looks good. The wheelbase look pretty good too. There's even detail molded into it. One of the gun pods fell off. I gotta put that back on. I'm gonna do it all together to fix it. I'm gonna get the parts. There was something else here and it broke off. This is part of the gunner and it broke off as well. But it's actually a good kit for the age. I'm pretty sure it was from the late 90s, but I'm not exactly sure. And it's a Reeboks of an old Monogram kit. Well, the copyright here is 2003, but the kit's actually older than that because it's a Reeboks. It's a Reeboks of a Monogram kit. You can tell by the interior. It looks exactly like my. There's a lot of simulators between this and my B-25 from Monogram. And the Revell B-25 I've had, you can tell it's the exact same kit as the Monogram B-25, just molded in a different color with these different decals. But this is a nice kit for what it is. A Reeboks of a kit from earlier with different decals and everything. And all in all, it looks good. But it could be better, actually. Really, to fix it up good. Oh yeah, let's see. I think you should be able to see the engine detail. It looks really good too. And what I also did, I printed out, because you have the Pratt & Whitneys and the other ones they used to use, but they look different, they have different colors, and I found pictures on the internet of both engines so I could paint them right, because the hubs are different. One's a light gray and one's a medium gray, and plus the cylinders look different too. One is a lot darker than the other, so that I did too. But the engines look really good, I think. I just wish the canopies looked better. It might. I don't know really how to do it better. I have no problems painting canopies with flat colors, but with gloss colors, it's really difficult. But it may be better to use a semi-gloss color. Maybe it wouldn't be that much different, I don't think. So it's a good kit. The big thing that's missing, well, it may be missing some interior detail in the front there. I can't really say unless I find a picture of this aircraft on the internet where it shows the gunner's, the gunner's compartment there. I mean the bombardier's compartment there. And the really big thing that's missing are the floors to the wheelbase. Those are not there at all. And otherwise, it's a good kit. So in my next video, we're going to take a look at this CA-13 Boomerang, which is an Australian fighter. They had, I think the other one was the CA-9. I don't remember the name of it. But they had two that they built and they use a lot, and that was the Boomerang and the other one. But this is from Special Hobby, 1/48 scale. It's actually a pretty cool looking fighter for, that time. And from what I read, it was actually pretty effective. Not maybe as much as the P-51 or the Lightning, but P-38, but it was good for home defense. So we're going to take a look at this. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and until then.